Good morning everybody, it's Tuesday the 16th of June today, and today, as it's a dull day, we're going to do a slightly different walk. And no, we're not going all the way down the tram lines, but this is the tram loop at Little Bispham. So can you see that there's a track that goes off there and it goes round the back of that circle of grass and then it comes back out here. So if the trams are not travelling all the way down to Fleetwood is that way, then that's where they turn round. And in the distance, I'll just zoom in and show you, that's Anchor Zone Park that's just been refinished after the United Utilities work, so you can see the rides for the kids in the distance. But we'll come back and do that on a day when it's sunny. So while it's dull today, I thought we'd just have a look round this corner. It's actually quite warm and it's not too windy either. So this is Queen's Promenade. So if you follow that road round, you come to Cleveland Town Centre. Obviously there's Anchor Zone Lane East first, which is where the petrol station is, and Little. So this is Queen's Prom, and this is the old Art Deco tram stop. So we'll have a look at that, and then we'll go down this corner, because the corner where the access had been left has been all tidied up. So we'll go and have a look at that now it's been finished. So these grey boards that you can see here, that's the back of the compound that's being used by the team that have been doing the sea defence work. And as you know, that's, well, finished. So at some point in due course, that will be tidied up and dismantled. So this is the new, I'm saying new, I think it's been here about 10 years, the new tram stop for Little Bispham. There you go, Little Bispham. And the original Art Deco tram building. So these platforms were all rebuilt when the tramway was reinstated, because the new trams, you need to be able to get onto them flat from the pavement, which is why there's a bit of a step up. The old trams, you stood on the floor and then you climbed up from the floor onto the tram. So with these you get flat access for prams and wheelchairs and that kind of thing. Look at the writing in the tiles over the entrance where it says Little Bispham. Amazing. I mean, it's a lovely building, that. It's just part of the area's heritage. All this past, all this history that we've got. So that obviously is the tramway to Blackpool. So you can see the little original shelters on the cliff top walk, which is where we've been a couple of weeks ago, and it was oh so windy. And that's the Norbreck Castle Hotel. In the distance, you can't actually see the tower where we stood here, but you will do when you get further down there. So I'll take you and show you. So this is the back of the tram station stop, and these are Danforth toilets. And the question I've been asked a million times is, are the toilets open? So I think we can conclude from that the toilets are open because the light's on. So it's a 30p fee. It's a 30p fee if you want to wee. And that's the access to the cabin that Alphabeta used. And then this has all been tidied up in the last couple of weeks. So I think what we'll do, we'll pick up where we couldn't get last time, and we'll walk in the direction of Blackpool. So this is where the old access was for the old boat store underground, if you remember. Obviously they've got that still fenced off because it's, well, it looks as if it wants a bit of attention. I think the flagpole has broken a bit. I don't know the history of that, unless it's something to do with the boating club, the yacht club. Don't know whether anybody else knows anything about it. It'd be interesting to uncover it. So last time we came round here, this corner was all boarded off. So that looks better, doesn't it, with the access restored. See where all the beach has been blowing up onto the path. By goodness, I bet that's a sun trap. That's a lovely little spot for doing a bit of sunbathing, isn't it? On a nice day. So this is the end of the last phase of sea defence works, and I was saying the other day I can't remember these being done particularly. I think the date to the probably late 80s, 90s. Don't know, I'm not sure. Perhaps I could find out from Blackpool Council. So these step shape things are what they call wave breaker units, and then that's the access. That there is the access ramp down onto the beach from here for construction vehicles, emergency vehicles, that kind of thing. And then there's a set of steps here to get you back down onto the beach. And on this wall here, if you've ever been down here, there are some remembrance plaques. And I've just noticed that there's a phone number on there, so I'll make a note of that. And there's quite a few of them on here, all to different people, which is nice. Nice to read and look at them. Can you see them all on the wall? There's quite a few all the way down. They were taken down when the sea wall was done, and then replaced when it's opened. So we'll go along this middle walkway today, because I've not been around here for ages because it's still being closed off. So you can see there's normally, there used to be two benches on this little thing, whatever this little thing is. I think it's something to do with the yachting club, because I know the yachting club's been there a long time. Be nice if that were restored, wouldn't it? So this is the Fylde, I think it's Fylde Boat Angling Club. Trouble is, you see, you give all these things sort of a everyday name, and then you can't remember the Sunday name when you need to remember it. There we go, Fylde Boat Angling Club. See, I'm not going daft altogether. And we went for a look inside that building when they did the open day at the boat store before they filled it in. It's right old fashioned inside, it's lovely. And this is the new store that they built for the tractors. So this is where they keep the tractors that they use to take the boats out to sea. And this is the split level promenade that I'd made reference to in a video a week or so ago. So you can see that you've got three different levels. So you've got this bottom walkway, and then you've got this one, and then you've got the cliff top walkway. So at high tide, when it's belting a westerly, it's quite a drop from the beach to the top of the walkway for the waves to be spraying over the top. It gets really, really rough on here. And you can see that these walls have all got big holes in the bottom, and they're drainage holes to let the seawater back through when it comes up. And these split levels are all intended to control the force of the sea. So this first prom traps quite a bit of seawater and waves and spray when it comes up, and then that drains back onto the beach. Then if it's really bad, it comes up onto this level and drains back. And then obviously you've got the grass cliff as a last line of defence. It's not much of a cliff here, but when you get further down it's a steep drag back up. It's alright walking down, it's when you're coming back up that the fun starts. And this old, this old wall was originally made by a company called Pullham, and they did specialist rockeries all over the country in the 30s and 40s, I think it was. I just stopped here because I'm just going to show you this sea thrift. Just look at that. How short it's growing because it's right next to the edge of the beach. Amazing. I've got that in my garden and it must be a foot tall from the plant to the flower. Popular spot down here for people that are walking and exercising. And then every so often you've got these little paths to take you back up onto the top. In fact, we'll go up one and then we can end today's walk here. So that's the lovely lower promenade at Little Bispham, approaching the Norbreck castle. So don't forget, tell all your friends, share these videos, don't forget to subscribe. I'll keep telling you not to forget to subscribe, but it's important because the more people that subscribe, the better chance we've got of keep making these videos. This is another seaside plant as well for all you gardeners. That's called Silene or sea campion, and that does grow really well in borders and rockeries. So back at the top walkway, there's the Norbreck castle. It's very quiet today compared to our walk around Cleveland yesterday. It's a Norbreck. So you have a good day, stay safe. If you're not going out shopping, just be careful. Just remember that there's something happening, and we'll see you soon.